Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Just 1 second. You good.
Khan. Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, knock number high, Bar Sha'Allah. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Hey, first and foremost, I want to say, call her like Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Akadash. Hey, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us truth and rule well. Much respect to you brothers out there pushing truth for all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
So we're just going into, the estate of Babylon. You see, it's a lot of infighting going on, and it's a lot of heavy things going on through the spirit. We can start off with the article on RT. You got it right.
No.
Okay. Send it to you. But yeah, we in a time of prophecy. It's a lot of great events going on. You should get it.
Bear with us real quick. Alright, so alright, this is from RT News. It says Biden seeks to get political enemies killed. This statement made by ex-Trump aide. It says after being swatted for a second time by police, Steve Bannon has claimed the president is trying to stir up would-be assassins. Former Donald Trump aide Steve Bannon has accused U.S. President Joe Biden of trying to stir up hatred of his political enemies to get them killed.
So basically, they setting up to where they're gonna draw out those that are opposed to their agenda, what they got going on right now. Those that are gonna be opposed to the political views of America, Babylon the Great. So that when they come out with the C-hip, they know who to target.
Right. Bannon made the comments after being swatted. His home was stormed by heavily armed police based on a false report for the second time this summer. The White House is trying to use this type of violence, Bannon told the UK's Daily Mail on Friday, one day after Biden vilified supporters of former President Donald Trump as extremists who threaten to destroy American democracy. They're stirring up unstable people on the far left to do this.
So I'm gonna get this precept real fast. But it said the far. Well, we'll go back to that. This is Revelation 12:12 because the devil is coming down with a great wrath because he sees that his kingdom is being stripped from him. This is Revelation 12 and verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." You see, so he sees that his kingdom is about to be taken away from him.
Right. They're setting the stage pretty much for the persecution on down the line. Esau has a gradual way of introducing the things that he wants to implement, man. And so when you look back to the whole January 6th situation, that was kind of like one of the beginning dominoes to fall to lead up to this point where we're at now, because with Donald Trump's quote unquote supporters, angry at the way that Biden is handling the country, all right, they are being used as pretty much a target to pretty much come against, the regime, man. And we all know that that's just a farce to really zero in on us, the prophets, man. But at the end of the day, these things are taking place all to set the stage, man. Okay?
You run back that latter or the beginning of that the paragraph, for sure.
It says, the White House is trying to use this type of violence, Bannon told the UK's Daily Mail on Friday, one day after Biden vilified supporters of former President Donald Trump as extremists who threatened to destroy American democracy. they're stirring up unstable people on the far left to do this.
So basically, they're targeting Jake. Jake is predominantly in the far left. That's just talking about the Democrats. So the so-called Democrats, but basically those that are against the Democrats. So like those that are against the Democrats, they want to know those that are against their agenda.
It says the white police in Washington were called to Bannon's home on a false report on Thursday evening, just minutes before Biden began his scathing primetime speech. Earlier in the day, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre condemned those who don't agree with the American majority as extreme.
And read it again, folks.
Earlier in the day, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre condemned those who don't agree with the American majority as extreme.
Connor, I got a precept. This is First Maccabees 1 and verse 41, because you see they want everybody to agree with them. If you're not pro Mo agenda, they're against you. This is First Maccabees 1 and 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. You see, this is referring to in the ancient world, but this can be applied to this kingdom currently.
Right.
Because they want everyone to be perverse. All right. Verse 42, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. You see, that's what they want. They don't want anybody that's going to put up any type of fight. They don't want any discrepancies when it comes time to mandate that charagma. Because like the brother said, right now they're setting up the stage because you got the whole what they call it, the Biden bucks, and the it was like some type of order, like 14 something. But yeah, they want everybody going along with that agenda.
Right.
You mind grabbing that? You about to say something?
I was gonna say, because at the end of the day, man, Esau he's very crafty on how he maneuvers. So like we said, man, this whole what this chick Karine Jean-Pierre has now done, and she's now liking that extremist label on anybody who opposes the American majority. So now you're saying that if you're not in line with anything that America is pushing, like the brother said, you got the Mo agenda trying to make pedophiles a sexual orientation. All right, if you're not in line with the new digital currency, which is where we're all headed to, starting on December 13th. All right, if you're pretty much against anything that America is the direction that America is moving in, you are now labeled an extremist, which, like I said, he's done everything strategically, because going back to 9/11, all right, when Esau passed the Patriot Act and made all Americans domestic terrorists, man, that was, the steps in preparation to lead up until this time. So now we're seeing that all those that refuse to be in line to what Esau is doing, man, now you're a target. All right, which we know the real ones they're coming after is us, man. Stay with us.
We can go into the screenshot of it.
Okay.
Just going into the whole infrastructure of what they want going on, because the dollar is worthless, so they got to go on to the CBDC, and that's what we see the whole world going on to.
All right. So this is from Venture Capitalist, mag.com. It says Ultimate Doom, December 13th, 2022, now called C-Day, Biden bucks, Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC, Executive Order 14067. So it goes into a little bit of it. It says, please understand the possible implications of this ultimate challenge to our free, quote-unquote, society. Any cash you now have saved outside the banking system is invalid and will no longer be of any value when this process is complete. Any digital currency you have in the bank may be turned off by government thugs for not obeying the current party line. Those selling precious metals for money will receive Biden bucks rather than cash. No Biden bucks means no food, rent, mortgage, cars, clothes, etc. Everything will be denied. What else have I forgotten? What is going to be destroyed by this digital endgame?
So they want complete control, and if you provide any type of flack, then they're not gonna have that complete control. So if you're not gonna go along with what they want you to do, then it's gonna take you out, and that's what it's headed to. You know.
Right, right. Because like I said, this man is implementing that new world order, man. So all those that he sees as opposition, man, they're going to be dealt with. I got a precept real quick. This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decrees unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Right, and that those unrighteous decrees goes into these mandates that he's pretty much moving forward with, man. Because we just read, if you're not aligned with what he has implemented, which is this new, digital currency system, all right, you would in turn will be cut off from society, which is wicked, because now you're stripping a person of their God-given rights, man. All right, which is off. All right, because the scriptures in Sirach tell you that a man, if you defraud a man of his goods, you pretty much kill that man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, and they're preparing to pretty much starve you out if you refuse to get in line, man. Which, in a way, we're seeing that already in China, man. Because this is the same system that they're headed to, man. Over in China, all right, you can't speak on the government. If you speak out against the government, you go missing. All right, they kill you. Okay, they have strict policies in place where you have that social credit system to where if you're not moving on how the government wants you to move, all right, your credit score, all right, is hit, and you're not able to do certain things that other people with higher credit scores, have privilege to, man. So all these things are being set, which shows you that these are unrighteous decrees, man, because now you are limiting the human experience, man. It says, verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. So the main point of them doing this, all right, is to pretty much, make you bow down, man. All right, by stripping everything that you have from you and telling you the only way you're going to be able to function in society if you bow down to the image of the beast, man. All right, and you receive his M-A-R-K. All right, which that's all, what this is leading to, man. The C-hip, man. All right, that grain of rice that's going to be inside your forehead or in your right hand, man. All right, you got it.
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 11. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you." You see, this is referring to the elect, "and persecute you," which we're coming up into that persecution. It says, "and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely."
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for my sake, you see, and we're seeing the beginning stages of that persecution, where all these different events that's occurring, Go back to
Got one more.
Okay.
Daniel 8:25, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. But the main point I want to get into is how it says he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand through his policy, right? So let me get the word. I'm just curious to see what this word policy says. All right, so this word policy in the Hebrew, I believe, is how I say it. Shakol. It says prudence, insight, understanding, cunning, craft. Which the main part, being that he's doing this in the means of so-called making society better, quote unquote. All right, because you had over in the World Economic Forum, the main reason they want to bring in this new system because they said they want to cut down the amount of carbon being used in the planet, because they said the planet is overpopulated. So they're going to implement a carbon tax, man. All right, which is once again going to limit the human experience to where you're going to be given a certain amount of carbon that you're allowed to use, and once you go over your limit, all right, it's going to be penalties for that, man. All right, so through him setting down all these stipulations, these laws, these executive orders, he is causing craft to prosper in his hand. Now, I want to go into this word craft, see what it says. right?
Because for the most part, he don't get a majority, the overwhelming majority of people on the planet to get with the charagma. You see,
It's that word craft. It says deceit or treachery. All right, and that's exactly what he's doing. Because it's when you go into the root word, it says to beguile, to deceive, mislead, deal treacherously, and that's exactly what he's doing, man. He's leading the people into a more what's the word totalitarianism system where they have complete control over everything to the point to where your thoughts don't even belong to you, man. All right, and he's fooling you by thinking he's doing this for quote unquote peace, but it tells you that in what 1 Thessalonians 5, that when he shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon you. All right, and that's exactly what he's bringing, man. All right, sudden destruction, because if you pretty much fall in line and bow to this beast, man, all right, the Most High is going to destroy you, man, because you're going to take that sea hip and you're going to burn up in that lake of fire, which is going to happen by the nuclear missiles, man. All right, you got it.
Con. We can jump back to the article.
All right, it says police in Washington were called to Bannon's home on a false report Thursday evening, just minutes before Biden began his scathing primetime speech earlier in the day. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who condemned those who don't agree with the American majority as extreme. Last week, Biden likened the Make America Great Again philosophy of Trump supporters to semi-fascism and accused MAGA Republicans of posing a threat to our very democracy.
So coming with this coming with this demonization, you see that's them plotting against the just. So I got a precept. This is Psalm chapter 37 and verse 12. It says the wicked plotted against the just, all right, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. You see, so he coming with that Revelation 12:12 with that great wrath for all these different unrighteous decrees, because he sees that his day is coming. You know, he's plotting against you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You see, he's putting it as he's coming for the whole world, but he really wants to target the Israelites, all right? Because we're the only ones that oppose his society.
That's another precept I'm thinking of. But pretty much anything that this man, he does it with underlying things behind it, man. Because see, what he's doing is making himself the villain, for the sole purpose of him, to come down upon the people, which the main ones, once again, being the Israelites, man, the prophets, all right? We're the biggest threat to his new world order. So understand that him doing this, he persecuting his own people, all right? It's an underlying story behind that, which when you see between the lines through the spirit of discernment, you can tell that he's setting the stage to come after us, man.
I got that precept for you. This is Sirach 14:7. It says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
And that's what you're ultimately going to witness, man. That wickedness being declared is what, man? The end of free speech, all right? Total control of the government where you don't own anything, all right? You people are literally giving up your freedom for free, not even realizing it, man, all right? You're letting the government dictate how your life is going to be ran, man. This is why they're having, the talks of doing away with the Second Amendment, doing away with the First Amendment, doing away with the whole Constitution, period. They don't follow that shit anyways, man. But America, as we know it, is done, all right? So this is why the transition is happening to where Esau is ready to come down upon the people. And he doesn't give a damn if his own people get caught up in that or not, man. Because you're going to have a lot of Edomites speaking out against this, which you're seeing now, man. These so-called Bible Belt, these certain states down here that go with the Bible, all right? They're going to be the main ones, of Esau, speaking out against this, man, all right? Because they and other Edomites can see, all right, the government has turned on them, man, all right? This is why you had guys like the Proud Boys and these other militia groups pretty much, gearing up to come after the government, man, all right? This is why Esau's doing all this, but it's all prophecy taking place at the end of the day because America is divided, man, which is showing you that this place is finished, man.
God. Did we get that precept?
Isaiah.
I'm grab Mark.
Oh yeah, I got that on deck.
Okay.
Well, I got the one in Matthew though. Matthew 12:26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
Hey, so your kingdom can't stand if it's divided. You see, that's what Esau did. That's what Esau did against us. You know, that's how we fell as a nation.
Mm-hmm.
But he's seeing that he has a lot of division in his kingdom, and that's why he wants everybody to be one people. You see, so that's why he's trying to take away the ones that are naysayers to his agenda.
That's right. Because we're not in alliance with it, you're a target. Because one mind can spark the minds of others. And he sees that if he has any sign of rebellion amongst his so quote unquote slaves, all right, that can poison the other mind of the slave. That's why he doesn't want a nation of thinkers. He wants a nation of workers, man. All right? And so the main way he's gonna be able to do that is by forcing the people to bow down to him, man. All right, which is how he's gonna do that by stripping you of your rights, man. So this dude Bannon, he's pretty much being used as a scapegoat to expose Esau, man. All right, because Scripture tell you, man, they shall cause their tongue to fall upon themselves. All right, but he's letting it be known that, hey, man, this shit is happening, but we understand why it's happening, the true reason, man. All right, he's not doing this for his benefit. He's doing this to set and stage what his real plans are, which is to come after the Israelites, man.
Okay. We go back to the article.
All right, it says, former Donald Trump aide Steve Bannon. Keep going up slightly. This is 100% triggered by the White House. The White House spokeswoman earlier that day. Biden's announcements over the last couple of days, said Bannon, formerly chief White House strategist and Trump's 2016 presidential campaign CEO. He added that the swatting calls were very specific and were intended to trigger police to use deadly force.
Mm-hmm.
Bannon, who normally broadcasts his War Room radio show from his house, it's like from his home, wasn't there during the latest swatting incident. He was targeted in a similar incident last July when armed police swarmed his house after a caller said a gunman was inside and had shot someone. Man, this is funny. This happened to Andrew Tate too.
Man.
So that show you, man. Hey, Esau, he's tacky, man.
The same story.
Another top Biden critic, U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, was swatted last month when a caller falsely reported that a man had been shot in a bathtub at her Georgia home. After waking to loud knocks and seeing people and lights outside, she opened the door to police with guns drawn. The caller who made the false report later claimed to be angry about Greene's opposition to child sex change operations and admitted wanting to swat her.
And that we oppose that. The scriptures oppose that. You see, so they setting up the playing field, for all those that speak similar to that.
Yeah, because like I said, man, he puts himself up as the villain to try to make it to where he has a reason to do something. All right, you had that what's the Southern Poverty
Law Center.
Yeah, that they have the target. They said the main target is Edomite supremacist groups, man. All right, so at first it was talking about Israelites, and now they kind of put us to the background and put up these so-called white supremacist groups as a means. This is why we have to battle domestic terrorism. So you're gonna keep hearing that word domestic terrorism, extremists, and all domestic? It's another one too, what they used to call us.
Extremists.
Yeah, pretty much being an extreme. You're gonna hear these buzzwords, because that's all they are, buzzwords being said more and more and more, because this is the beginning of them cracking down and pretty much splitting the people up. All right, to put people in categories, man. All right, you had a situation that happened with Alex Jones. All right, the Andrew Tate situation. So these guys that speak out against Esau and what he has going on, all right, you are now labeled. Then you had another people having another section called the conspiracy theories, the bug out people. Okay, so if you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a threat. If you are against the alphabet gang, you're a threat. If you're pretty much against anything that America has okayed to be quote unquote lawful, you are a threat and you are considered an extremist according to that black woman, Pierre, whatever her last name was, man. All right. So we can see the stage being set, man. Persecution is on its way, man. All right. I got a precept real quick. This is Acts 14 and 22. Because this shall come as no surprise to any of us, man. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that's what's about to happen, man. Persecution. Because just as the disciples back in, when they was prophesying back then, all right, they were heavily persecuted for the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The same fate is going to befall us because it's prophecy, man, all right? Hey, the servant is not greater than the master, so we got to go through it. So these things that are being spoken of, it shouldn't take you as to no surprise, man, because we understand that this shit must happen, man. Persecution must happen. The same way these people are getting their doors kicked in, all right, that's going to be happening to brothers, man, and you sisters that believe too, man. So you have to prepare your mind for it. This is why the Lord is telling us, to continually stay in the scriptures and get built up so that, hey, you're able to move spiritually no matter what situation comes upon you, man. Okay? You got it.
Did we finish the article?
It's a little bit more.
Okay.
It says, swatting calls have led to multiple deaths in the U.S. For example, a Kansas man was killed. It says, what happened to Green and myself is they're trying to get us assassinated by using law enforcement, Bannon said. He added that would-be assassins could use other methods to target Biden's enemies. Biden is stirring up his most unstable and radical elements to use any means necessary to physically harm or suppress dissenting views.
Mm-hmm. Going into that word dissenting, you can get the definition of Shah?
Yeah.
Because he's basically, what we've been going into the in the video, he's they're using physical violence and harm, and they're willing to go as far as killing people for those that have dissenting views.
All right, so this word, dissenting, from the New Oxford American Dictionary, it says holding or expressing opinions that are at variance with those commonly or officially held.
Mm-hmm. And those that are commonly, and you said officially?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, officially held, so-called, is the ones that they push in America, Babylon the Great. You see, so if you're not with the whole LGBTQ thing, then, that will be a dissenting view. All right, but I got a precept because this is where we're headed to. This is Revelation 13 and 15. Where we at? 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So you see, if you're not going along with their agenda, along with the system, then you're gonna get killed off. Some brothers may get killed, for not taking that image or not taking the mark,
Mm-hmm.
or the charagma. All right, and basically that's the end goal. You see, because if you don't take the C hip, going to verse 16, those individuals could be killed. And by doing these types of events is desensitizing the masses to Revelation 13 and 15. You see, so it doesn't come as a shock.
Which is why, through the spirit, this whole thing with, Andrew Tate has been going on, because this is a clear indicator to let you know that whole cancel culture thing was just a trial run to show you how they're desensitizing people, from being surprised that somebody is taken out the way because they speak opposing views from the common public, man. All right. So Andrew Tate being, banned from social media, all right, that's the beginning of what's coming, man. Because if you're speaking out against the government, that's what you're gonna see. A lot of people getting hauled off the FEMA camps. You got the red, yellow, and blue list where they got people's names on it who they view as a threat, depending on what level they view you at. All right, so these things once again are being set up, and like I said, Esau has been doing little things here and there to pretty much do trial runs to see how would this be, and as what we're seeing, man, it's been working, man. All right, because these people no longer look at anything fishy like that. Because if you look at what's happening in China, okay, Like I said, man, you speak out against the government in China, all right, they will come and get you, and you'll never be seen again, man. All right. If you, like I said, the social credit system, man. If you do something that's not in line to what is okay in society, your score it goes down, man. All right. And if it goes down further enough, what happens? You get thrown in jail or a concentration camp, man. All right. So this dissension that they're saying, all right, is just the splitting up of the people so that they can categorize you, man. All right.
That's pretty much it. Unless you want to keep rolling.
Yeah, I got some more.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, man, the main dissension that is being spoken of is the truth. All right. Because as us being, men of the Lord, we're not okay with the things that's being done here, man. It's a lot of wickedness that is being, pushed upon us, and we're not with it, man. All right. So we understand that what the words that we're speaking is what is going to lead to a lot of us being persecuted. Can you get Isaiah 59:15?
Yep.
Because through this man doing this, man, he's splitting up America as we speak. Before you get there, I'm gonna read this real quick. This is Isaiah 19:2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his neighbor, and everyone against his neighbor." It's like against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Which is, hey, we're witnesses, man. America is heavily divided more than it's ever been in history, man. All right, and that shows you that the Most High is breaking up America. Because as we brought out earlier, Satan is divided against Satan, man. All right. So the Most High is using Esau to bring himself down, man. All right. But circling it back, if we are speaking out against Esau and what he has, going on, man, we are now a target. Go ahead.
God. This is Isaiah 59:19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the..."
That's verse 15.
15? Oh, 15. I think you said 19. "Yet truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment."
Right. And we see that we're going to become a prey unto this place because we oppose the things that are being done here, man. Because we stand for righteousness' sake, man. We speak truth. And even, in a worldly level, you can see the people that speak truth in society today, they're targeted, man. All right. Like I said, if you speak out against pedophilia, all right, you're looked at as somebody who's wrong. All right. You're saying that children can get puberty blockers and sex changes. You're wrong. All right. If you speak out on common sense issues, you're viewed as a problem, man. All right. So how much more when it comes to the Bible and goes into the Babylon the Great being this country that's bringing forth all this wickedness. All right. You're going to be vilified here, man. So like I said, that persecution is coming all because you speak the truth. This is John 3:19, and this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and that light being the truth, man. Okay. And men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil, and this is why we're going to be persecuted. This is why we're hated to this day, because we bring out the light, and it exposes all the darkness that's going on in this world, man. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth, he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that's, ultimately how we're going to be vindicated, because the things that we're doing, the deeds that we're doing in truth and righteousness, man, are ultimately what's going to, keep us from being, completely, overwhelmed in this society when things, get bad, man. Because our works, as being shone in the light, man, the Lord's going to reward us for that. You people are going to be rewarded with wickedness because of the wickedness y'all doing, man. All right. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So, Lord willing, we just want to put this out in spirit. Lord willing, it was edifying. We'll close it out by giving our honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kwakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, we say shalom.
Shalom.